What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today is May the 14th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that though, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, don't really have a whole lot today, a couple Fed speakers, but in reality, it is going to be kind of the market digesting what has really happened over the last 24, 48 hours, including tariff deals, what might be coming, also what came from Saudi, massive amount of investment. So that is definitely going to be a very big driving factor in the market moving higher. But aside from that, futures are looking a-okay, so Dow is up 0.18. I think that is largely being driven by UNH's recovery, but S&P up 0.25 and then NASDAQ up 0.38. So things seem to be looking pretty a-okay if you ask me. Fear and greed index is under the greed category, most likely jumping to the extreme greed later today, if not early tomorrow. And that ultimately means people's appetite for risk is going to be increasing. And this is why you're seeing cryptocurrencies run like a beast lately. So again, something to kind of keep in mind. Aside from that, SoFi is up 0.56%. No news from them today, although they are participating in this event. So fireside chat at 140. And historically, this has caused SoFi to really go higher. And I think a lot of people are going to be really listening very closely to Anthony just to see if there's going to be any kind of outside the box type of comments on maybe things that might be coming down the pipeline. So let me know your thoughts on that. And as far as shorts, they have been returning over the last little bit. So 13.42% of the free float's being shorted. So it is fair to assume they will continue that downward trend and continue to return. Right now, though, with it at 1438, it is trading between this R2 and this R1. So 1413 is going to be a strong support. So just watch for that. Flip side, 1552 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. I don't see that being touched today, but even based on the Elliott wave technicals, as I brought up in my dedicated SoFi video yesterday, it is fair to assume that will be kind of touched at least in the short term, because the technicals did insinuate for it to get between that kind of 1550 and 1650 in the short term. So I don't see that being touched, like I said today, but bigger picture, definitely. Moving on, Nvidia. So it is up 2.98% because of a massive deal with Saudi. I think they're shipping, was it 18, a huge amount of product to them. So yeah, I think a lot of big things are coming for Nvidia, also AMD. AMD didn't actually get the volume this morning, so big money's not really doing too much with it. So that's why it's not really on this list this morning. But Nvidia, definitely, I think, given the trajectory of everything, it will be hitting a new 52-week high, most likely in the next 2 weeks, in my opinion. But shorts have started to return a little bit. They were getting bold and starting to kind of increase periodically, but 1.05% of the free float's being shorted. So just for transparency, Nvidia is not a squeeze play. I just like to bring this up for full analysis purposes. With it though, at 133, trading between this R3 and this R2. So 132 is going to be a key support for it today. And then 160 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. Similar to SoFi, I don't see this R3 being touched, at least in the foreseeable future. But I think given the trajectory, it will be hit. And so that would equate to a new 52-week and all-time high for Nvidia. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Moving on, tickers ALUR, they are up because of their earnings and also giving a business update. So they're up 11 or 15% now, so really spiking. 4.4% of the free float's being shorted, so not really too much, but it's kind of what the market likes. So low float stock. So 114,000 shares overall are being shorted. A couple of key points though, with it at 277, it is trading between these 2 points. So this R1 and the pivot. So 267 is going to be a strong support. Flip side, 315, 345, and 394 are going to be the next strong target / resistance points. So this stock definitely is getting a lot of momentum, so this one could be a absolute key diamond in the rough for a day trade today. So just kind of watch for that, but a lot of big money is definitely getting in. Moving on, tickers ALUR. So this one is down a lot, and that is because of this. So Uber prices 1 billion exchangeable note offering Aurora Innovation falls. So it looks as though that there is part of the kind of deal where Class A common stock of Aurora is factored in. So it looks like it will be pretty much at a price of $8.50 for the Aurora common stock. And looks as though 117 units, if I'm reading this correctly. So ultimately, this is why it is down. 8.59% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 88.71 million shares. So shorts might get a little bit more active today. So they might try to suppress it more than what, in theory, this data would really justify. So kind of just keep that in mind. Right now, though, with that 599 trading between this pivot and this S1, so 565 is going to be that next strong kind of support. 660 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. Prior to this video, I kind of researched it a little bit. I think in theory, this should take it to at least at 640. So I think based on the pre-market, it is getting hit a little bit more than what it should be. So I think once the market does open, it should probably take it to that 640 mark. So again, not factoring in shorts or all other manipulation, this might be a good swing trade up to, like I said, that 640 in theory. Then last but not least, Palantir. No news from them, but they are honestly on a war path. So already pre-market, it looks as though they are going to be having a new 52-week high. Shorts, 2.51% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 54.69 million shares. So shorts have been really losing their asses. With it right now at 130, it is trading between this R2 and this R1. So 133 is going to be that next strong target / resistance. And honestly, I could see that being touched today. Flip side, 121 is going to be a strong support. I don't see that being touched in the foreseeable future unless like bad things happen. But I think pretty much the only questionable one was CPI. The next big data point is going to be coming out on Friday. So Palantir is kind of free to run up. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Do you own any of them? Is there any other stocks that's kind of floating your boat? Let me know your viewpoint. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon to get buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.